Hey everybody, PsyStarcraft here with another StarCraft 2 game. My favorite player is participating in this game and I'm very excited to cast this game because I did not watch all of Dreamhack. Now, you might have seen this match before. It's going to be EGIdrA in the top left, Red Zerg, against oGsMC top right, Blue Protoss. It was played in Dreamhack last weekend. The winner of Dreamhack was Huck, as I said in one of my other videos, and you've probably heard if you follow StarCraft in the least. So, if you have seen this, I hope I am able to offer a different perspective on it, some analysis, stuff like that. And if you haven't seen it, try not to get your orgasm juices all over the keyboard because this is two of the best players in the world duking it out in a ZVP. oGsMC, of course, two-time GSL champion, best Protoss in the world, in my opinion. And EGIdrA, one of the best Zergs in the world, best foreigner Zerg, I would say. There are some Europeans, though, that are kind of up there with him. Dark Force, you guys know I've been watching Dark Force lately. I really like his play, so I still want to maintain the opinion that EGIdrA is the best foreigner in the world. I just feel like he needs kind of an attitude change. He gets so discouraged when he gets behind in a game, and I feel like that affects his play in that game and in future games as well, especially against MC, because MC is so BM to EGIdrA. Mainly because EGIdrA is BM to him. And I want to point something out here. You see how there are 3 drones on this single patch? That's not good at all. Sometimes your drones, for whatever reason, will just get stuck on a single patch, 3 of them. And you only want 2 on each patch. You kind of want 3 on these far patches, but the close ones you only need 2. So if you see that your drones are being stupid and mining 3 on a close patch, try to move them around. Get one of them onto a far patch or just watch and see if they even bounce around so you can keep track of them. Oh my gosh, MC is going a pylon and then a nexus, and that is doable on this map because of this tiny choke. Zerg units, the early Zerg units, are the worst at breaking these destructible debris. Roach DPS isn't that high. Zergling's DPS is pretty high considering their cost, but the debris, oh, they used to have 3 armor. Okay, well, I thought they had 3 armor. The rocks have 3 armor. The debris apparently only have 1, so Zerglings actually can break through these, but they are melee, so any cannons placed here will fend off those Zerglings. Forge, of course, is going down first. If you try to get a fast nexus as Toss and you don't go Forge first, after that you are a ballsy person. MC looks like he wants to block the expansion. Now, the reason he's blocking this one and not this one is he wants to force EGIdrA to take the least valuable expansion. This only has 6 patches, and while it does have a rich Vespene Geyser, which is extremely good for Zerg compared to other races, it still doesn't have quite the the total resource amount that this base does. So MC was able to maybe deter EGIdrA from taking that base, but I think EGIdrA wanted to take the rich base anyway, and he'll almost for sure try to get this rich Vespene Geyser up as soon as possible because you do return 6 minerals or 6 gas from it instead of 4, so 50% better than normal geysers. And I wouldn't be surprised to see EGIdrA take it early, even if you wouldn't normally get it as a Zerg player, just because it's that good to have it. And I'm actually surprised oGsMC isn't doing it either. He's actually just getting his 2 normal assimilators and ignoring the rich Vespene. I wonder if he even knows what that is, because that is so damn good. That makes a huge difference. It completely changes the style of play. Just if you're changing the way that you gather income, it's a pretty big deal. And I'd like to see EGIdrA take that as soon as possible. If he takes this one instead of this one, I'm going to rage. I'm just going to quit the game immediately. I'm not even going to finish it. So EGIdrA has a couple queens out. We are seeing a macro game. Now, as I've mentioned before, if you're going up against a Toss who fast expands like this, you can either take a really fast third, which it looks like EGIdrA was going to do, yep, with this drone, or you have to be aggressive in some way. The problem with being aggressive is, as a Zerg, you are pretty much going to do that with Zerglings and Roaches, and this is what MC likes to do. He gets a Stargate, he gets a Void Ray, and he LOLs at you when you try to bust down his wall when he has a Void Ray, killing everything. So it looks like EGIdrA will just go the upgrade route, or the hatchery route. He's learned his lesson. He's tried to bust an MC wall one too many times in his day, and he has learned his lesson. Notice the Overlord floating in. He's always able to get an Overlord in from some kind of angle to see what his opponent is doing. That's one thing EGIdRA's very consistent at, is scouting his opponent. And now there goes that gas, and EGIdRA, take your gas, man. These are so good. I don't care. It's 3 drones. I understand you want to make drones at this point, but it's so hard not to take the geyser. There we go. Now he is taking the rich Vespene geyser. I'm so happy to see that instead of the normal Vespene geyser. This Overlord is going to scout the Stargate. And if we check out the harvest count, it's 38 to 36, so EGIdrA doing a good job of droning up. I don't know if he even has any Zerglings. No, he just has these 2 Zerglings at the front. They're just chilling out here. Sentries could just waltz out here and kill them, but they're just sitting there. And here comes the Void Ray, going to reveal itself, but oGsMC doesn't care. He wasn't planning on harassing a whole bunch with it anyway. And now it's on its way. This isn't going to do any damage. He basically just wants to force EGIdrA to make some spine or make some spores, maybe make a queen or 2, something like that. When you're such a good player like MC, you don't really need to hide what you're doing unless it's completely obscure, but this is not too obscure. You just need to, against a Zerg, force them to make things that they wouldn't really like to make, like a spore here. No spore here, that's pretty smart. And a spore here. Another Void Ray on the way. Harvester count now 42 to 41, and he's actually got a second spore. It's unusual. Surprised he got 2 spores there. And finally, oGsMC is taking the gas. Notice the counter going down by 6 instead of 4, so that's really cool. It just changes the pace of the entire game. I like how maps would just throw it in like that. That'd be kind of cool if there was a base that started out with like 7 blue mineral fields and 1 gold mineral field, just for fun, so you could send all your drones to the gold one right away, like 2 or 3 of them right away, and just worry about your macro in the early game with that gold patch. It would throw off your timings and stuff, but it'd be a good way to mix it up. And MC is going in. 3 Void Rays, much more powerful than this single spore, especially if you micro them, not losing any hit points on that Void Ray. And the Super Beam is up. Oh, this is so bad for EGIdrA. He just made 3 Void Rays and is catching EGIdrA off guard, and that's the downside of Zerg. You can't really scout. It's impossible to know this kind of thing is coming, but 3 queens total. This Phoenix will probably lift one up. Looks like he already did. 2 spores going down, but these 3 queens will shoo these Void Rays away. And that's where it's always helpful to have those extra queens. EGIdrA does have a Hydra Den a bit sooner than you would expect. I don't even know if he has a Roach Warren. Yeah, he does have a Roach Warren. Auxiliary Hatchery going up. So he's now on 3 base, 4 Hatchery. Spines coming. Melee, or range attack coming. Roach Speed coming. And a lot of Phoenix. He must have 2 Stargates. No, this is all off of 1 Stargate. That's some insane chrono boosting right there. He's even got a couple Hydras in his 3rd. And these Phoenix aren't really going to do much. So far, EGIdrA doing a great job of repelling this attack. Up by 7 on the Harvesters on 3 base to 2 base. oGsMC taking his 3rd base. And if we check out the food supply, it's almost identical. 88 to 91. So right now, this is anyone's game. And MC is just going crazy with the tech route. He's got his Stargate. He's got his 4 gateways. He's got his robotics facility and his robotics bay on the way. And he's forced quite a few spores out of EGIdrA. So far, EGIdrA just pumping a lot of Hydras. 7 Roaches on the way. And here come the last 2 geysers. And these geysers are really late because he's on 3 bases. He really wants to drone up. And if you're going to get your geysers any sooner than this, you're going to be suffering on the drone count. Notice he waits until 67 Harvesters before he actually gets those 5th and 6th, or I should say 3rd and a half and 4th and a half. No, wait, 4 and a half and 5th and a half? Yeah, because I'm counting this as 1.5 geyser. So he's now running off 5.5 gas. MC's 3rd. Once that comes up, it's just going to have to make some kind of move. It's 143 to 104. EGIdrA towering over MC as far as the supply count goes. However, he's got sentries, and that's all you need as a toss to win the game. Everybody knows that. Is EGIdrA going to barrel down here and try to take out this 3rd? Does he want to deny the 3rd or go for some tech and a 4th base? We'll have to see here. Not that many Roaches. You really need a lot more Roaches than that to absorb all the damage. 1 Colossus is out. Does he have Thermal Lances? No, but Thermal Lances is on the way. 4 Phoenix going to pick up everything they can. And this is such a versatile army from MC. It's something that's severely underrated, is versatility of a Protoss army. He's got a little bit of everything, and that's super effective. Roach is trying to come in, but he blocks in almost all of these Roaches on the right side, about half of them actually, and these forces on the left side trying to barrel in. But these force fields blocking so many of them out. More Roaches reinforcing, and incredible force fields by MC. Could have been a little bit better, letting a few Roaches in. And EGIdrA, he needs to get these units over here attacking the army. EGIdrA, what are you doing? That's so many forces not attacking what they should be attacking. And right now, he's just kind of sending in units to their death. This mixture of units from MC is really causing him to take, different damage. Like, the air units absorbing the Hydra damage but not quite dying. The ground units absorbing the Roach damage but not quite dying. and as a result, you're seeing not the best focus firing from IGiDRA's units. Now 2 Colossi out. This is actually a huge attack, man. This is a huge attack from IGiDRA. It might be successful. MC feeling like he might have to pull off some probes. Now building 2 more cannons. More roaches on the way, but these Colossi stand tall, literally and figuratively. And they are just decimating these roaches, dude. I cannot believe how many units IGiDRA is sending at MC. He's even getting a 4th base right now. Supply count still in IGiDRA's favor, but as a Zerg, you want to be a lot higher than that. Colossus goes down. Roaches versus Stalkers, but look at how many units are warping in. He's probably still chrono boosting. Well, he's not really chrono boosting. I was going to say he's chrono boosting like a boss, but he's got a lot of excess energy stored up. But that attack seemed relatively successful. Still 65 to 62 harvesters. And I wish I could have seen IGiDRA successfully get his units all around the Protoss and get a good flank, because that was really smart with those roaches, like 12 roaches here. But MC was on top of things. He saw those roaches, force fielded them in while force fielding this force out, and IGiDRA had a lot of stray units not really attacking where they should be up here. And this force looks pretty damn huge from MC. IGiDRA trying some good micro there, but I don't think they're going to be able to best this Colossus. +1/+1. IGiDRA's only +1 by so many units. His macro is insane. Oh my gosh, such an action-packed game. This doesn't look like a huge army from the Protoss, but these Colossi, they just kind of destroy everything. I don't understand how they can be so good. They don't have a lot of kills, but I assure you, they are paying for themselves many times over against this Roach Hydra army. And once he gets a couple more out, IGiDRA's going to have to try a different route. That actually rhymed. That was pretty awesome. And that's why he has this Spire, because eventually this Colossus number will be too high for Roach Hydra, and he's going to need Corruptors, Broodlords, stuff like that. But man, that attack really caused IGiDRA to slow down in his macro. He's at 71 harvesters. His 4th base isn't really up and running yet. It's only got 1 Vespene Geyser. That's kind of weird. It's not even a rich one either. I don't know why he would take that one and not the rich base or this base or this base. It's kind of unusual. I guess just because it's closer, it has a close rally point. But this is not a position you want to be in as a Zerg. 3 base to 3 base with IGiDRA just now taking this tiny 4th base, and MC is actually moving out. He senses weakness. He realizes the Zerg just stopped attacking. He's not building more units probably. He's focusing on his macro, and that's kind of what IGiDRA's doing at this point. He's trying to saturate his 4th base, 73 to 69, and I expect a hive or infestation pit to come out very soon here, because he's going to need those Broodlords. If he does not attack when he gets maxed out and he lets MC get maxed out and IGiDRA doesn't have Broodlords, it's essentially GG in any ZVP. You really need Broodlords if you're fighting a maxed out Protoss with Colossus, or at least some super good neural parasites from some investors. I cannot believe how good his macros is. 400, 300 on 3 full bases. He's getting Blink. This Blink's going to be great for, you know, just microing, picking off Corruptors that are in the wrong location. These Zerglings scouting, and he just got to be happy about seeing that he's just now taking his 4th. It's always good when you kind of forget to scout, when you neglect scouting as a Zerg, and then you see that a base is still building or isn't even there. Now IGiDRA at 192. Here comes the Infestation Pit, lair to follow. But it's going to be a long time until he gets Broodlords, and if he tries to wait until Broodlords come, MC will most likely move out before that time. And here comes the Dark Shrine too. Now this Zerg army busting down the rocks, trying to free up some access so he can reach his additional bases very fast soon. And here comes MC, just like I said. Corruptors, not that many. These Blinkstalkers killing every single Corruptor. That's the only answer that IGiDRA had for these Colossi. This is going to be the most one-sided battle in history. IGiDRA with the early GG. I saw that coming, man. That's what I mean about IGiDRA. I mean, in this situation, yeah, it was pretty obvious he's going to get raped, but in other situations that are a bit closer, he'll still GG. So, man, what do you do against that? What do you even do? Quicker tech? I mean, yeah, he did not get cost effectiveness in this huge battle here, but it was pretty darn close. He lost a lot more races. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was game 1 of IGiDRA vs oGsMC in Dreamhack, and I'm pretty sure that that was a you see what I did there.